Andrew, the one and only Keith Andrew. And now for people who want to know what my talk show is about, the whole point of my talk show is to show people that even with having a learning disability, I can still amount to something. And at the same time, I'm able to turn myself into an example for people out there dealing with any types of learning disabilities and disabilities. To never give up and prove people wrong. Prove to them that labels do not dictate who you are and who you're going to be. It's to prove to them you can still amount to something. So that being said, I'm here with my good friend Joe. I just want to say thank you for joining us.
My pleasure.
Now, for everyone who wants to know, it's a half hour, 32 minutes of your time. You can say anything you want, talk about whatever you want, freedom of speech, self-expression. And starting off, what can you tell us about yourself?
Well, my name's Joe LoBianco. I work with, at the moment, Tin Mirror Productions, which is a production company. With my partner, Tom DiOrio, we make movies. And we started out making short films, which did well in the festivals. And we decided to move on to full-featured films. And as Tin Mirror Productions, we're on our first full feature film now, called Three Doors from Paradise, which now has worldwide distribution with 18 Entertainment. The movie isn't quite finished yet. We're in the last stages. We just finished the sound effects and all the audio, and it's about to come out over the next few months.
No, absolutely. I'm looking forward to it. Now, the first question I want to ask you is, have you ever worked with people with disabilities? And are you willing to work with people with disabilities? That's my first question for you.
Okay, I'm going to answer the second question first, because the one I remember the easiest. Absolutely. There would be no reason not to do that. Why wouldn't I do that? Everybody has an ability. Everybody has shortcomings. And we just have to deal with whatever they are and let's say, promote or enhance their good points, and even enhance their bad points. We just have to get to where we can do something with everybody. Now, having said that, that is a wonderful question you asked. The movie happens to be about a person with disabilities, my new movie. What happens, to give you like a nutshell of what happens in the movie, a man who's been in group homes all his life, and I'm going to say he's in his late 30s. He likes it there. He gets used to it there, but because of budgets and whatever reasons, they're closing these places down in the movie, and he's got to move out and get his own place. So it's the trials and tribulations of him living on his own when he never did that before. And he meets this little girl, and they form a friendship, and they have to help each other. And part of the movie really is them helping each other through some bad times. So that's it. Now, in terms of working with people with disabilities before, that's a tough one. Over the years I have, but not in the movie end. Not in the movie end. Although we are always looking for interns and people to help. So that could be something we might want to do in the future.
Hey, if it's a possibility, how would you feel about making a documentary or short film about me?
That could be definitely could be a consideration. We'll keep it. We're going to talk off the air.
Just throwing it out there.
Yeah. Now, you're out of where? Where do you put your show out of?
Oh, New York.
Oh, you're in New York. Okay, we're in New York too.
I saw that you're from Long Island, right?
Yep, we're on Long Island. We do a lot of work in the city. We go out to L.A., but most of the movie was shot on Long Island.
Oh, nice. My grandparents used to live out there. So did my parents. What part of Long Island are you from?
Suffolk.
Oh. Yeah, that does ring a bell. I don't know it off the top of my head, but I have heard it.
It's like in the middle of the island. We're about in the middle, right in Dotton, a little east of the middle.
My parents were from Massapequa.
Okay.
And my grandparents used to live in Seaford.
Oh, okay. That's a little west of us, but it's not too far. Not too far.
Hey, it's a
So,
small world, you know.
absolutely, absolutely,
Now,
very good.
my number question is: have you ever been to Woodbury Commons, upstate near West Point?
No, is
That's
that
where
where
I'm
you?
from.
Oh, okay, okay. But at least we're on the same coast, the same state,
Right.
So who knows?
Hey, never say never.
No, that's it. That's it. That's it.
My next question I was going to ask you is, what were some of your favorite films that you ever produced, and who were some of your favorite stars that you had ever worked with?
Okay, now I have. I don't like to name drop, but I can tell you this. Although I've worked for all kinds of people, all kinds of companies, I did. I used to be a music producer back in the day. I had some clients that, I'm sure you know, the New York Jets. I did a lot of the music for the stadium, like that, and then I got into the film. However, I will say this: if you look at our website, which is tinmiraproductions.com, or you go to IMDb and look up Three Doors from Paradise, the lead actor Robert Alloy, Aloi, Robert Alloy, Aloi, did a fantastic job with this new movie. I mean, really tremendous. And a matter of fact, I ask you personally and your viewers to look at him and give me your feedback on what you think, because he plays a man with disabilities, and I'd like to know what you personally and your viewers think about him. I'd like to get some feedback on that.
Well, while on the subject, does he have disabilities, or he's pretending to have disabilities?
Well, he doesn't. He does not, as far as I know, of course.
Okay, the reason I bring it up is, wouldn't you think it would have a little more impact? And this is just my opinion. Wouldn't it have a little more impact to actually have someone with disabilities per se, with someone who doesn't?
It could. Now, you have to appreciate that this is an indie film.
Yes.
The budget was not big. So we had, what's the word? Restrictions on time, ability to look at people. There's more limitations on us than there are on a big Hollywood film with millions and millions of dollars. So that's partly, I'm going to say mostly, answering your question.
Yes.
Why we did whatever we did in terms of locations, actors, budget, everything has to do with money. I mean, let's face it. We live in a capitalist society, and everybody wants to get paid. So, is that the exact answer you might want to hear? No, but that's the reason.
No, I understand, and you talk about budgets. Look what I'm dealing with. I still live at home, but I'm showing you, I'm going to still make the best out of a, shitty situation.
Well, that's what everybody's doing. And, that's what everybody's doing. So, in terms of how we did things and why we did things, I'm very happy with the end product. But you can only do what you can do.
No, I agree. And, for me and my product, you can see the process from the beginning. I'll give you an example what I mean by that. When I first started my talk show, I did 70, unless I had a quarter for every time I said this. When I first started, I did 72 phone interviews. Don't ask me why. It seemed like a good idea at the time. And, I got people from Amazing Spider-Man, from Dragon Ball Z, and people say to me, you have this great format. Why aren't you as big or bigger than you portray yourself to be? Why don't you have sponsors? Why don't you have people helping you?
Right.
And I'm like, oh, go ahead.
No, go ahead. I'm listening. Go ahead.
And they're like, well, I said, that's great. Would you like to help me? And like, no, if you can't do it yourself, then it's not meant to be. So I used to hang up the phone. I used to be annoyed. It's like, yeah, thanks a lot, asshole. But one
Right.
guy said to me, how about you do your format over in a different format? Because of that person, I did, and how you see on the camera, we're trying, there you go, and now I got you. How you see your reflection on the camera is what the camera picked up. So I was recording from the hands of the camera, and here's what I was recording from. That was
Mhm.
all season 1. Season 2, saying here's the camera, and now it's got to record everything from the computer screen. And then my brother told me about Skype Recorder. I found that I didn't want to use Google Hangout, so I found Skype Recorder. So it's now cut in half. I could have done this from the beginning, yes, but I wanted to show you there was a transition over the 4.5 years. This June will be 5 years. Pat myself on the back for that little accomplishment.
No,
But
very good.
I wanted to show you the transition, and also, yes, I did meet some people who were really nice. I still talk to them not to this day. And I met a lot of people who were one-hit wonders because I now sign permission forms. If you don't sign the permission form, I want nothing to do with you. When I first started, my mistake was I wasn't taking permission forms. So I was taking people at their word. And they were making idle threats to me, saying, yeah, my agent said, my publicist said, you ask a lot of stupid questions. We don't like the video quality. We don't want to deal with people like you. I thought you were a good charity case, but I'm not getting good feedback. So now I have the permission form. I introduce myself, tell you what the show is about, and you're going to stand by it. You don't want to do a number interview? That's fine, whatever. But once you sign it, it's a done deal. And so for me, I can relate to you, working with a budget, I don't have a fancy studio, that would be nice. But, hey, we're only human and we're going to make mistakes along the way. But the point is, you're going to learn from your mistakes and make it better the next time around.
That's right. That's what we do. That's what we owe. Look, you just try to get better every time you do anything. And if you keep getting a little better, before you know it, you'll be great at it. That's what we're trying to do, and that's what I encourage everybody else to do.
No, absolutely. Now, my next question I was going to ask you is, have you ever been interested in doing, because you work on indie films, have you ever thought about going to the Hoboken Film Festival?
We were in that last year.
Oh, really cool. I didn't know that.
Yes, with a film called Quality Control. It was a short film. And we were happy. We liked it there. We went there. We went to it. We went to the opening, the closing. We thought it was good. We enjoyed it. If this movie was more done, I might put it in this year. Maybe we'll put it in next year. I really don't know. We're not ready with this film yet to start the festival circuit. I don't like to commit until we're actually done. But yes, that was a good festival. We had a great time.
With that being said, how many film festivals have you submitted to, and how many times were you accepted and rejected?
Okay, we got into like 3 or 4 with that movie. We submitted to maybe 10 or 12 like that with that last movie. A lot of them, whether they take you or not, we've found, doesn't always have to do with you or your movie. It has to do with, there's politics involved. People who have been in it before, they know this one or that one. Their friends get in. They only have so much time to show movies. So it doesn't always. It's like going for a job. You don't know. The guy could have had a fight with his wife an hour before you got in the interview. You don't know why they wouldn't take you or they would take you. You just have to keep plugging away.
Right.
So, go ahead.
No, I agree with you. Nah, I didn't mean to interrupt. I do apologize.
No problem. We did go out to the American Film Festival out in L.A. For this film, we got a great response. We got a lot of encouragement. We got numerous offers for distribution. We took one of them. And like I said, we're just trying to get the film finished now. Now it's... now we're in the last stages, and hopefully it'll be done in a few weeks. That's my hope.
No, I look forward to it. And if there's ever a banner or movie trailer, send it my way, and I can give you a little plug.
We have a movie trailer. Hold on one second.
Arlene Schofield.
My name is Shireen Snow.
My name is Carla A. Miles.
Diana Camuto.
This is Christine Dunford.
I'm me, Eden.
Caroline Macy. This is Walker Fannin.
Buddy, I'm Camille Dixon.
I'm Miss Dates Wardam.
My name is Linda Preston, and you're watching the Keith Andrew Network.
Me, Mark Medley.
Hi everybody, this is Mark Neely.
Barry Babick.
This is Peter Bruno.
My name is Kyle Collier.
This is Julio Santiago, better known as Dynamite.
I'm Richard Epcar.
Morris Chow.
This is Kerrigan Mahan.
This is Goldar.
And we both support
Keith Andrew.
My name is Ron Wasserman, and I am supporting Keith Andrew and what he is doing, and you better do the same, or I'm going to come kick your ass.
You know?
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to 478. I'm here with a good friend, Joe, and thank you for that improv commercial. You took the words right out of my mouth. I can't even speak. You took the words right out of my mouth. That being said, you left off where you were talking about, the film festivals. There were 12 of them, about 12 of them, 10 or 12 that you applied. Some said yes, some said no. So you left off when you were telling us about one.
Okay. No. I was talking about the American film market. That's not a film festival. There are film markets where filmmakers, producers go and meet up with distributors and people that put the movies out.
Yes.
So different people have meetings. We had a lot of meetings out there. We got a number of offers for our movie off the trailer, not off the finished product, which is very unusual. And now we have distribution. And what I was telling you was we do have a trailer, which it's not officially released yet, but I will be sending you that trailer when it is officially released. It's all finished, and hopefully you'll enjoy it, and your viewers will enjoy it. I'll send it over soon, over the next, I'm going to say week or two.
All right, not a problem. I could definitely show that on my next episode. I bet I do. But the next thing I was going to ask you is who influenced you to start your career, and out of all the hundreds of films that you have done, what is the major company that you want to work for?
Okay. You asked a number of questions there.
I asked you who influenced you.
Yeah.
That's number one. And number two is, out of hundreds of films, what is your favorite company that you want to work for?
Okay. I don't know if I have a favorite company I want to work for. I want to work for or with whoever gives me the latitude to do what I want to do. Now, that doesn't have to be meaning I go crazy. It's just I don't want to be a cookie cutter, same thing, same movie director. I was the director on the film, and it's important to me, within reason. I don't need to go, like I said, I don't need to go nuts on the thing, but I want to be able to say, well, we're going to do it this way, and not be too stifled. Although I know you have to work with other people, and I'm open to that, but not be too stifled in what I think the end product should be. Now, and in terms of who has influenced me, usually it's a director of some kind. I have favorite directors that I like: Martin Scorsese, Quentin Tarantino, Woody Allen. I would say those are the top three. There are others that I like, certainly, and there are movies that I really like. I really like something like Silver Linings Playbook and American Hustle, though I think that's the same director did both of those, and I really like those movies. And it's like any other artist. You get ideas, and then you morph that and mix that big package together into what you do. And then you have your own style, which, like with everybody, is developing and changes. And I might like something today, and next year maybe I'm a little different. I started out, as I said, in the music end. Then I, from there, morphed into photography. I did a lot of. Matter of fact, I see you have some fight belts behind you. What are those? Wrestling belts or something?
Yes.
What up? All right, I do a lot of. I for a while I was doing a lot of fight photography, MMA, and that got me into the visual end, and that's what started me in the movie thing. Really, going that way, you know. So, and here I am.
No, absolutely. And going back to a similar question I just asked you out of hundreds of films, you know, who do you want to work with? What were some of your, I know you mentioned this in the beginning, but I just want to hear some names from you. Who were some of the biggest stars you said, you know, I'm doing a short film, but I would like to have this person on there? You know, was it like Dennis Leary? Did he ever want to reach out to any independent stars that are upcoming? You know,
well, I always look. I think Robert De Niro is great in the right roles.
Yes.
You know, I like Amy Adams. I think she's fantastic. Some of the older actors, you know, the older Tom Wisner, you know, that's neither here nor there. I guess they're not around anymore. I would say those are the two that I would like to work with off the top of my head. I'd have to think about that, and some name is going to pop into my mind during the interview. So we're going to be talking about something else, and suddenly I'll mention a name. But right now, I would say those are the two. I want people who fit the roles.
Yeah.
I don't necessarily care. Not that I don't care. You got to be good. But it's not like, oh, I have to work with this person, so I'm going to tailor the role to them. That's not what I do. Kate Blanchett, she's another one I would love to work with. She's fantastic as far as I'm concerned. There's a lot of great people out there. But what I want them to bring what they have to the role, not force my role, whatever that is, onto them, so that they're in a spot that really is not them. I want to bring that actor, what they bring to the table, into my movie. So I'm very open with that. I'm very, very, very open with who. And if I think somebody fits, I don't even care if they look right so much. I want them to be what I have a very open mind when it comes to casting, in other words.
All right. Well, with that being said, because you're a film producer, have you ever scouted other people's productions? Like, have you ever gone to another set and just see what they're doing and then take ideas for yourself? But at the same time, you're looking for certain talent. Do you scout talent that way?
Yeah. I mean, I don't think what you're doing with that is because once that movie's over, everyone's going to be free anyway. So, you always are looking and having an open mind and on how people do things different than you. You don't want to just be closed-minded. Oh, this is the way we do it, and that's the end of it. Because everybody has different ideas, and sometimes those ideas could fit what you're doing or add to what you're doing, or obviously not fit at all. But I like to try new things, and sometimes I'm good at not knowing what I can't do, like not realizing that we can't do that, so I do it and it works. I try to be open-minded in everything I do, and not have any fears about, oh no, we can't do that. Why? Why? We're doing it. That's it. We're doing it. So there you go.
You know, a lot of people say as you just put it, you know, they have a lot of fears, say we can't do it that way, and it's kind of like, why? Because it's like on a quarter. it has two sides. It's either going to be the 25% it's going to work, or it's going to be the 25% where it's going to look horrible, and then they're going to throw it back at you. It's like, I told you not to do it. But you have that 50-50 chance of saying, what are you scared of? Let's just go with it. Let's throw it against the wall and make the best out of it. What's the worst that can happen?
Well, that's why I don't think it's 50-50. I think it's a lot better odds than 50-50. Because what I think is a lot of times I find that your mistakes end up being the best things you do. It forces you to do something else, or it makes you look at it a different way. And yes, it could be a little more work. What ends up happening is it becomes more work in the post-production, in the editing or something. I mean, yes, that's a little bit tougher. But having said that, we have gotten some of our best things out of mistakes. So you can't be afraid to make mistakes, ever. Now, I don't mean mistakes that'll actually hurt you, but I mean mistakes artistic mistakes. Maybe maybe she should have come in here. Maybe she should have laughed when she said that line. Maybe try different things. And I think that's good in any walk of life, not just making movies, anything. Try it. What? It'll work out.
It always does. It's like that famous quote from his Dragon Ball Z cartoon, where there's a will, there's a way.
Right, absolutely.
But with that being said, with the last 7 minutes left of the show, I'm going to pass it over to you. Was there anything you wanted to know, anything you want to talk about, anything you want to ask me? Gloves off.
Okay, so you've been doing the show for 5 years,
yes,
right?
This June.
And how often is the show on?
Pretty much every day. As of right now, I have a brand new series that's on the KeithAndrewNetWork.com. I'm showing all my old episodes from season 1 all the way up to now. As of right now, I have episode number 3. And I'm showing people the progress, what I had to do over the 4.5 years. Like I was mentioning, from the phone, from the split screen, to the group interviews, the double interviews. But I'm showing you, this is what I had to work with, and you saw the process step by step.
Yes. Now, so certainly send me the where people can see your shows and this interview. Okay, send me something. Email me something so I can put it out. We have a lot of Twitter followers.
Right.
Okay. Tin Mirror is over 12,000 Twitter followers, so that's decent, and I'll put it up. We'll put it up on Facebook and everything. So you do the show every day, and what kind of people do you interview?
Well, to answer your first part, you can see all my work on YouTube under the name Keith Andrew. It's under both names, Keith Andrew Network and KeithAndrewNetwork.com. And you get to see all my lists. And who I interview actors, actresses, models, CEOs, professional wrestlers, MMA stars, cheerleaders, gymnastics, teasers, dancers, people with learning disabilities, people without disabilities, anyone who has a great story. And I've been thinking about actually interviewing more up-and-coming, child actors who are in the star. One child actor I interviewed, he works with Kevin Smith. And I'm like, okay, maybe the reason I want to interview kid stars is I try to cater to everyone. I cater to the men, I cater to the women, I cater to everyone, but I'm looking at my demographics. And yeah, I do cater to the kids because I make a lot of fan-made parodies of Dumbo and Jungle Book for fun. But I was looking at my show, and I don't think my show, it could cater to the younger generation, the younger, whatever the word is, genre. But I'm going to show you, maybe if I can tweak it a little bit and have younger people on there, then I can get the kids backing it. And, then I have all my bases covered, if that makes any sense.
Yes.
Because I'm just trying to cover up my demographics.
Mm-hmm. Gotcha. Good. It sounds great. The whole thing sounds great.
With that being said, I do have a couple questions for you off the air about wrapping up our interview segment. The first question I was going to ask you is, are you on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, LinkedIn, Stage 32? Are you on any of those?
Yeah, we're on all of them. However, I don't know the Twitter handle. I could tell you. The rest of them, we'll have to look. You'll have to look at the Twitter thing to get. So it's tin_mirror is our Twitter handle. So that's easy to remember. tin_mirror. And our website again is Tin Mirror Productions. You spell it just the way you hear it. It's tinmirrorproductions.com. You can see all about us on there. And you can go to IMDb, and we're on that too. And I'm on IMDb too, also. And please check out, although it's not out yet, I will let you know as soon as it gets out where people can see it. 3 Doors from Paradise. The number 3 Doors from Paradise. Okay?
No, absolutely. And my last question for you, wrapping up our interview segment, is when I first approached you to be a guest on my talk show, what was your first reaction and what made you say yes?
I like the idea of it right off the bat. You were forthcoming in contacting me back right away, which I liked. You seemed to be engaged in the whole thing. People can say they do things or say they have a show, but they're kind of. You were very. The minute I talked to you, you had an answer for me, so that I liked. Also, I wanted to start the ball rolling with promoting the movie, so that's part of it too. I wanted to get the movie, get people knowing the movie, and again, I wanted your viewers or some of your viewers' feedback on this particular movie, and what we're trying to do. Because, in all honesty, I don't see a lot of movies, and you correct me if I'm wrong because you know more about it than I do. Main characters the way we portray our main character. I don't see a lot of that. So that's why I wanted to get your thoughts.
Well, could you give me an example of what you mean by that?
Well, I mean, as I said, our main character has a disability. I don't see any movies with the main character has a disability. You can name them on one. You could name them on less than one hand. Those movies.
True. There's TV shows where they have supporting actor roles, but yeah, as the main star, there's really none of them.
No, there's I Am Sam, Sling Blade, and what else?
Forrest Gump.
Oh, good. Forrest Gump. But we're talking. I'm telling you, we got two fingers left.
Let's see.
We're having a hard time.
Rayman.
4.
And
you're talking now. Main Man was what? 1989.
I think so.
Yeah. Okay. Well, we're already back. How many years? Almost 30 years. So we got 4. There must be another one here somewhere.
It'll come up eventually.
The Accountant. Maybe you could call that. Maybe. I'll give you that one. Maybe. But that wasn't real.
No.
That wasn't realistic. That was just silly. So, again, you don't see this a lot. So that's one of the reasons why we did it.
What about Sniper?
I haven't seen Sniper.
Well, at the end of the movie, you see his wife, and then he goes to help with the person with PSD, and the guy with PSD.
Oh, yeah, but that's not that's not the hero of the film, though.
No.
Right? I'm talking about where the main character has some sort of disability. You don't see that a lot. And I think I wanted to make a movie where that was going on. In a normal setting, not where he blows things up and, like a normal person.
Okay, with that being said, what about Professor X? He has a disability. He's in a wheelchair.
Okay. But we're grabbing though.
Yeah.
It's not easy, it's not like we could just rattle off 10 or 20 of these things. We have to actually think about it. So if we have to think about it, there can't be that many of them.
Yeah. And
that's my point.
But I am looking forward to part 2 as he down the road. And
Absolutely.
Stay tuned for Off the Air. I do have a couple questions for you. But wrapping up our interview segment, it was a real honor and privilege to have you as a guest, and I'm looking forward to part 2 down the road.
Absolutely.